The mayor of London, Boris Johnson, I think just may have given away Lucasfilm's biggest surprise for 2019. Hello. Totally awesome. What's up? This is Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You're listening to Ethan Van Sciver, world's most charming man, great big Star Wars fan. Want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Synchronic Design over on Twitter for this tip-off. This is huge. This is fantastic. This gentleman right here, he's huge and fantastic. His name is Boris Johnson. He's a member of the Parliament of the United Kingdom. I believe he is the mayor of London. But, you know, we Americans, we're not paying attention too closely or at all to European politics. We're not paying attention to what's going on in the UK. So you'll have to correct me, my friends. Is this guy the mayor of London? I think he is. Now, I've seen him before. And he is a figure of mirth and fun. He's very amusing. He's very colorful. He says controversial things. I don't know. You know, whenever he speaks with a kind of kind of attitude about him, and you can hear everyone around him going like that rabble noise of disgruntled older gentlemen who don't want this guy to change the way things go. I mean, this guy is definitely making the UK great again, and God bless him for that. Now look, you know, somebody who is concerned with making the UK great again might not be so concerned with keeping the confidences of Disney and Lucasfilm. And this guy, do you think this guy cares about Pablo Hidalgo's feelings? No, I don't think he does. Do you think he cares about the feelings of Roundhead Ryan Johnson? I say thee nay. Do you think this guy cares about the feelings of Kathleen Kennedy? She says nay. She says nay. And finally, does this man care about the return in glory of the mighty George Lucas? Now, he might care. He might care a little bit about that, but not enough to keep it quiet, not enough to let it unroll and come out when it's supposed to. I mean, Disney definitely has a plan and a schedule for how they're going to release information, especially when it comes to rebuilding. And 2019 has to be a rebuilding year for Disney, Star Wars, and Lucasfilm. It has to be, because they are at the bottom of the pit right now. So let me press play and let's hear what this gentleman has to say today, what he accidentally said at the DUP conference. I think it's in the last 24 hours. Play. There we go.
The point I think I made in Russia. We have more Nobel Prizes from one Cambridge college than from Russia and China combined. I think I made the point in China as well, but never mind. It's true. From one Cambridge college and Russia and China combined. We have by far the most dynamic and creative culture and media industries.
I'm pretty sure I can get my hair to do that, by the way, just as an aside. If I just grow it out from the back and just let it fall on my face. Do I want to do it? Yes.
Let me ask you if you can remember, last year seems a distant memory. Well, can you remember which was the biggest grossing movie of 2017? Anybody remember around the world? The biggest grossing movie around the world of 2017 was...
The Last Jedi.
Okay, it was Star Wars, I'm going to say. Whatever it was called, it was the latest edition of Star Wars. But where...
No, see, he doesn't even remember the name of it. Everybody's trying to forget Star Wars The Last Jedi by Roundhead Ryan Johnson. It has destroyed the Star Wars franchise. This guy doesn't even get... This guy looks like he would care, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care about that movie. He only cares that it was the largest grossing movie of 2017. It was Star Wars' last hurrah. And from there on, I mean, of course, Solo, a Star Wars story, bombed out, didn't even make any money at all. So that is why this is important, what he says next.
Does George Lucas propose to make the follow-up biopic of the life of Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Whoa, what? All right, so this guy just said, where does George Lucas propose to make the follow-up biopic on Obi-Wan Kenobi? And he's about to let you know that they're going to make it right there. They're going to make it in Northern Ireland. But this is, okay, process this for a minute. Is it possible that the reason why they've stopped talking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, over at Lucasfilm, is because it's much, much bigger than it was ever going to be before? Is it possible that George Lucas has been reeled back in? All right, let me let this play out a little bit more.
Anybody know?
Everybody's stunned.
You've been following this speech here in Northern Ireland. But can anybody remember what is the name of the weapon so famously wielded by Obi-Wan? The throbbing, enigmatic, humming.
The throbbing, humming, and then he's in any case, all right. Let's. That sounded like we were going to verge into porn, Mr. Mayor. I hope that's not where we were going.
It is a lightsaber. A lightsaber, and where did they make the first lightsaber, ladies and gentlemen? Does anybody know where they made the first lightsaber? Where was the lightsaber born? I can tell you. The lightsaber was first created in my own constituency of Uxbridge and South Ruislip. So take the scenic splendor and cinematic expertise of Northern Ireland, add that to the sheer raw inventiveness of Uxbridge, and you have the creative genius of the whole United Kingdom. The only country.
Fabulous. Now, I'll bet Bob Iger would like to take that lightsaber and chop you down, Mr. Mayor. In a funny way. I don't mean that. Let me explain something. If what you just muttered is true, and if you are, and this is a big if, guys, because I'm not so sure that this guy even knows what he's talking about. I'm not so sure that he understands that Lucasfilm and George Lucas have departed from one another. George Lucas doesn't. He's not working on Star Wars directly anymore. I don't know if he understands that. But there's a good chance that he actually does understand that, and that he understands that George Lucas himself will be the one who is returning, who's applying for whatever permits, whatever, paying whatever taxes, and I'm sure it's a big deal to make a Star Wars movie. They spent, I don't know, I think Great Britain brings in or the UK brings in something like $1.7 billion annually just with movies that get made there. And I heard something like 1/3 of it came from Star Wars movies in the past year. So basically, this is a big deal. They're aware of it. Now, are they aware that George Lucas himself is the one that's going to be making the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie? This boggles the mind. I think there's a very good chance. Otherwise, he wouldn't. First of all, we weren't even sure that that Lucasfilm was still going ahead with this Ewan McGregor-led Star Wars film. Now, Ewan McGregor, obviously, he said over and over again he's willing to do it. There have been a couple of times where, when interviewed, he sounded like he was backing off or it wasn't happening or something like that. But it's quite possible that Ewan McGregor doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie that takes place in between episodes 3 and 4, filling in the blanks there, his time on Tatooine, it's quite possible that George Lucas was tempted to come back, all right? Because that, again, that's part of, that's right in the middle of his great big 6-film saga, the only part of the Star Wars saga that, to me, really matters. It's quite possible that he was tempted to come back in and to make that movie. Maybe make a trilogy of Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan Kenobi movies. I'm clenching my fist as we discuss this. I'm so excited about this possibility. If this is true, if what this guy has just uttered before the DUP conference is true, then I really think that this is Lucasfilm trying to regain its stride, trying to regain its footing, and trying to give the fans what they want. Let George Lucas back in. Let him lead the way. And I know that the plan is to find out what there is beyond the Skywalker saga, but I will tell them this as a creative person myself. I will tell Disney Lucasfilm this. Without the Empire, without the Skywalkers, without Darth Vader, without the First Order, without any of these ideas, these concepts that are interrelated, there is no Star Wars. It's just it's a backdrop. Okay, it's like thinking that you could still there's a story beyond Casablanca without any of the main characters in it or without the plot. No, you have the city of Casablanca, and that's pretty much all you have at that point. And there's there isn't the inherent interest value just because of the location being the same. It's a terrible idea. They really do need to stick with this world. They need to stay within this conflict. If possible, they need to utilize the same characters. Branching out is going to be a real challenge without that conflict of the rebellion versus the Empire at the very least. So I think, what do I think? I think George Lucas doing a Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan Kenobi movie will be met with the same reaction that Star Wars received when they announced a new season of the Clone Wars. In fact, much, much, much bigger than that. Will Lucas come out of retirement? Well, he's done it before. So Boris Johnson, Mr. Mayor, thank you for your big mouth. Appreciate it. And I really, really do hope that you actually know more than you're saying. And I do hope this is a true thing. What do you guys think? Do you think this is true? Do you think this was just a slip in some way? I mean, in any case, no matter what, even if George Lucas isn't involved, this guy just confirmed the fact that an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is happening in Northern Ireland. So let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, if you want to see more Star Wars stuff, click subscribe, please, and ring the bell for notifications. Want to have you join this community, the Star Wars critic community, and we'll be happy to have you here. I'll see you again pretty soon with another video. Bye-bye. Hey, want to follow me on Twitter? Okay, cool. I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. Talk to you there. Show your friends you support independent comics while showing the world who you back in the fight against the swarm with the brand new Cyberfrog t-shirt from Crypto Fashion and Comic Artist Pro Secret. Sizes come in small to 5XL, and take your choice of colors between navy blue, white, and black. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and order the Fandom Menace, Go Get Daddy's Belt, Tico, and Soilo t-shirts as well. Link is below in the description. You're gonna look great. People love these shirts. They fit wonderfully. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the Laughing Man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.